Hello everybody. In this video, we will try to understand Vishakha energy further. So Vishakha energy is basically represented by a decorated arch, a decorated gateway. So the decorated gateway is actually indicates a victory. So after achieving that victory, you are given some new responsibility, of course. That is very much important here, right? So Vishakha is all about attainment of something, and after attaining something, that something, the energy is going to give you much more responsibility. So the feeling to achieve more and more is present in this nakshatra. But in the present age of Kali, this energy may make a person to lead a bad path also to achieve something. So the challenges begin when one enters the gateway. Just like a marriage, so Vishakha energy is much more related to marriage. Once a person is married, it's not the end, it is actually a beginning of something new. Of course, once you're married, you achieved something in your life. It's a kind of achievement because you are adding one person to your life, so that's a kind of achievement. But at the same time, it's a new beginning, a new responsibility is given to you. So, just like the marriage ceremony is the precursor of the challenges to come in the married life, so this particular gateway, right, is a symbolism of the new challenges that you're going to get after attaining whatever you want. So there is a sense of achievement of something, just like marriage. So marriage, look at the people who are about to get married, right? They are very much, they are very much into it, right? They think about marriage a lot amount of time, and once they got married, they will understand that it's a new challenge. Of course, in the few years they may not be knowing, but very early itself they will come to know. I say there are some new challenges that the person have to undergo. So the gateway also suggests that Vishakha actually its eyes fixed upon the final attainment of a goal, because marriage is a kind of goal, right? So once you're married, new challenges will be given. So this goal, so the meaning here is Vishakha is actually goal oriented, very much goal oriented. So when a person is goal oriented, irrespective of the other planetary positions, the person wants to achieve something. If the person has, let us say, other planetary positions very bad, they are in very bad condition, but still the person may want to achieve something. So in that case, the person may try to achieve it in a bad path, because some of the bad paths, they can give materialism in a quicker way. That's why in the society people try to follow some bad paths for material gains, right? Because they know that they can give quick results, but of course after that new challenges will be given, very hard challenges, right? So the goal can be anything. The goal can be anything for a person. It depends upon the other planetary positions, of course, what kind of goal the person may try to take. So it has more related to marriage. Also, it is also related to new challenges, attainment of a goal, and then new challenges, of course. So Vishakha is not a pleasant nakshatra if you observe. It's not a pleasant nakshatra. Of course, it is associated with marriage, but it is not a pleasant nakshatra because when a person is very much goal oriented, he cannot take rest. At least his mind is restless. If the other planet, let us say his Mars is very weak, so he does not have enough strength to achieve his goal, right? Or his Lagna Lord is in a bad condition, so his physical body is not much more fit enough to achieve that goal. But still he has lot of Vishakha energy, then he has lot of thinking towards materialism, so that he will suffer because he has lot of greediness to achieve something, but other planetary positions are very bad, so he may try to achieve it but he cannot, so he may follow a bad path, right? Because weakest people always follow bad paths, right? Because they know that with their own capacity, with their own strength, and following a good path may not give good results for them because they are weak. The subconscious knows that they are weak, so they try to follow a bad path, right? So that is why you can observe people with weakest minds, the country having the people with weakest minds and weakest bodies are very much corrupted, you can say. So the people of such countries suffer a lot. Now there is a sense of striving towards a goal here. So if it becomes the only objective in life, then the person may have little peace of mind. And when a person has little peace of mind, then the person may miss a sense of life. If he is not spiritual, of course, here there is no concept of spirituality at all, because the person is very much goal oriented. Person is very much, very much materialistic in a lower plane. At least Vishakha, of course, works most of the times in a lower plane. They may not become very much spiritual if other planets are very much supportive, you can say, right? Vishakha energy is related to Indra, right? So just imagine how Indra, the energy of Indra is something like Indra wants to achieve the throne, right? Of course, once a person achieves the throne, then only he becomes Indra. But just see the energy of Indra. He might have done so many things. Even he might follow some kind of cunning methods also to achieve that. And even if you observe the ancient Puranas of India, ancient scriptures of India, you can always see Indra is a person who disturbs all the rishis by sending, beautiful girls or menakas, whatever you say, right? So that the rishi will be disturbed and the rishi will not be given the throne of Indra. So Indra follows the cunning methods for something. For what is that something? That something is the throne. That is a materialistic thing only. It's not a spiritual thing, right? So when a person is too much goal oriented, he misses the essence of life. So if you observe the Vishakha, it has a kind of forked quality. What is this one? Forked quality is two-sidedness, a kind of two-sidedness, having a kind of, the V shape you can understand, right? So the two-sidedness here, actually, for now we will try to discuss in terms of deity. It has two deities basically, the forkedness. So the Indra and Agni are the two deities. So Agni is the fire god and Indra, we discussed the behavior of Indra just now. If you observe the Puranic stories, so Indra is the, of course, chief of the demigods. So he's very much goal oriented as we discussed, right? So he's a bit offensive character. If you observe, he's very offensive character. He would go to any lengths to achieve his desires, you know. So it is a kingly quality, but at the same time, it may not be very good for humanity, right? So the funny thing is that many times his desired things, what he desires, are not godly things. They are not divine things. So because of that ungodly desires, most of the times he may get into troubles, right? So too much of goal oriented, too much of materialism oriented, that is really a pathetic thing, right, for this nakshatra. And of course, troubles are seen because of that, because every time the person achieves something, he is given new responsibilities, new goals, and finally he is lacking that peace of mind. So the primary theme is pursuing some kind of ungodly things, and the ways are always questionable. The ways that Vishakha energy follows are questionable, and ultimately it will lead to bad karma, because people try to follow bad path, so that's going to add bad karma to that person's account, and ultimately he has to responsible for that, bad karma in one of his births. The person has to be responsible, because see, if you have some debt of 10 rupees, then you have to give that 10 rupees, right? So that's your responsibility. So if you are adding bad karma to your life, so unless and until you follow some great tantric methods to come out of that karma, you have to, pay for that karma. If you know very great tantric methods to come out of the karma bonding, or to nullify the bad karma, that is a fine thing, but everybody cannot know this, right? At least the normal people cannot know, how to nullify the bad karma. So obviously, when bad karma is added to your account, you are responsible and you have to pay for it in one of your births. So Indra, if you observe, he is also seen as a character who drowns himself in women, wine, and other such pleasures. So the energy is, very much related to a kind of laziness is also seen here, right? But at the same time, goal oriented in the sense materialism, more materialistic in mind. That sense is always running 24/7. The materialistic, goal oriented thing is always running, but at the same time, the person has the qualities of, either the person may have the qualities of running after women or wine or other such pleasures, some pleasures at least, so that he is wasting so much of time in these areas. So that is Vishakha's energy. So this indulgent side of Indra, right, finds that that indulgence clearly finds its expression through this particular Vishakha's energy. Vishakha is all about a kind of pleasure oriented, a kind of materialistic things oriented, right? It is always there. So the Indra energy is seen, the Agni energy is also seen here. So deceptiveness is associated with Indra, and trying for some ungodly things and finally getting into some troubles is also seen. So there are some negative qualities of Indra. They are much more associated with this particular Vishakha's energy. So deceptiveness is associated with this Indra's energy. So the deceptiveness, what do you mean by that? Right? So if you observe Indra, he doesn't shy away from putting his own near and dear ones in danger. That kind of deceptiveness. Right? So in order to get what he wants, he may even try to put his own near and dear ones in danger, because he is very much goal oriented, right? A lot of selfishness is also seen. So he is also often seen to act in a cowardly fashion as the first sign when the real danger comes in. So this kind of behavior is also seen in Vishakha's energy. So Indra is, of course, it's just a post given to the person who achieved, who actually achieves that throne. Indra is a post, right? So it's not the same person. Indra changes, right? So different souls in different times in the history of universe are put into, in different universes, different Indras are observed, right? So Vishakha energy always in search of a post which gives them some kind of dominance, some kind of pleasure, and of course that is the energy of Indra here. So kind of dominance. And also, they want pleasure and dominance, right? So this is the behavior of Vishakha's energy. And if you observe Agni, a fire god, it basically represents, it represents energy basically. Agni also is an energy. And this Agni's energy you can find in different forms, right, in your life. So Agni, that Vishakha has the capacity, the capacity the person can have in order to achieve its goal, right? The Vishakha's energy has some capacity also. You should not neglect that fact. So that sense is given by this particular Agni, the energy of Agni, right? The fire is very much important when you want to achieve something. So when Vishakha is given other energies, let us say other planetary positions are very good in the Vishakha's energy, that energy can be used in a very, very constructive way, right? So because with Agni only you're doing everything, of course. With Agni, mainly we prepare food with Agni. When this Agni is not just the fire that you use to actually prepare your food. This Agni is actually the fire you have inside within you. So when you have that fire, you try to achieve something, right? That fire is always there. So when you have so much of fire, that means you are alive. You want to achieve something. Your hopelessness, hoping for something is always there, right? When you have fire, you are alive, you can say. So that fire, when you can direct that fire in a constructive way, right? So just imagine that can manifest that fire, if you use it in a constructive way, that can be manifested as courage, a determination, the capacity to do hard work, and so that you can achieve your goal. So that's why when you observe the people of Vishakha energy, when other planetary positions are good, you may see them as the greatest people in their own fields. So they can achieve it because they have that fire inside, and other planetary positions are good. They can see peaks actually, right? So of course fire, if you observe in the negative aspect, it can do any bad thing also. But the fire energy, this is all, if you observe the Indra, the Agni, it's all like always about some materialism. You are always talking about a materialism, achieving something great, right? It's a kind of if you see the movie Bahubali, right? The movie is something like it's a greatest movie, right? So just imagine the kind of efforts they have put to achieve something bigger, right? So that kind of fire you can relate here, right? So they can make some great things. So something like as I said, Bahubali the movie, it created history in Indian cinema, right? Similar to that, you can attach, you can relate this kind of energy with that if everything constructively happens, right? So Vishakha energy, if it is directed in a very positive way, so it can create wonders. If not, generally in the age of Kali, it may try to harm to the others, you know, and finally it may create something dangerous to itself also. But generally you can say, in one word you can say, it's a burning grief, burning desire, a burning passion, right? So that is the expression you can get from Vishakha energy. A burning fire is always there, the burning passion, the burning grief, because when you before achieve something, you have that burning grief, and even after achieving something, in the Vishakha's case, it is always there. So Vishakha is a kind of, it's a kind of materialistic, it's a materialistic grandeur, you can say. The kind of fire is, it's a bigger thing, right? So Agni and Indra, if you observe, so Agni is responsible for heat and Indra is responsible for rain. In ancient times, people used to pray Indra. They used to do a lot of homas for rain. Of course, so the fire and the rain, right? So this is all about the creation of something. When you have some heat and rain, so you may expect something is created there, some manifestation, that the sense of manifestation is observed here. So on the earthly plane, because it is a completely materialistic nakshatra, on earthly plane, the creation, this kind of creation happens, especially the rain. Ancient times people used to pray for rain for agricultural purposes, so it is also a agricultural nakshatra. So it utilizes the forces of nature, the Agni, that is the fire, and also the rain. These are the forces of nature to produce crops. And then it is also seen that the wine, the alcohol, right, we can make from these crops that we get. So it is not a regular agricultural nakshatra. The crops are very much related to this kind of wine and alcohol, you can say. Even in order to make wine and alcohol, agriculture is needed, right? Everything comes from earth. So this is the energy, totally the passion, the burning fire, the burning grief, and also the pleasure, dominance, This is the whole stuff. If other planetary positions are very much supportive, okay, otherwise it's more of a, you know, putting the people around this energy also into trouble, the dear ones also into trouble in order to achieve their goals, right? So it can go to any extent. It's a kind of uh, a very very sensitive nakshatra, you can say, because it's a kind of danger, because it can lead to some dangerous things. Even to dear ones they can harm. Can you harm someone who loves you more? You don't generally, but Vishakha energy can do it. It has that energy inside. I will tell you one thing, the biggest negative thing is, can someone hit, I don't, of course, I'm just telling you, but all Vishakha energies may not be like this, because other planetary positions, you know, uh, should be very much malefic. Because Vishakha energy has this tendency, so if other planetary positions are also a kind of bad, then the person may behave the way that I am telling you now also. Can a person hit his own mother for material gains, for property? You know, Vishakha energy can do this one also. This sense is present here in this nakshatra, you know. So it's a kind of, the kind of burning desire, you know. You can see the history, a burning desire. If a person has too much of burning desire to achieve something, you know, and if the other planetary positions are not supporting him, then just imagine the persons, people around the world are following bad paths. Why they are following bad paths? Because they are inefficient. They are inefficient. They cannot do the right things. They cannot do the good things because they are not strongest enough to do it. They are bad. That's why they are following bad paths. You know. So that is the energy you can observe here, right? So if everything goes fine, let us say if some other planetary positions are very much supportive, then just imagine this nakshatra can do wonders. That also we can observe from here. So thanks for watching this video. We'll try to understand more about Vishakha's energy, you know, uh, in our next coming videos. Thanks for watching this video.